Alrighty, everybody, what is going on? Welcome back to another CYPRX video banger. Ladies and gentlemen, today's episode is going to be an absolute treat for you guys. We're going to be diving into AI agent developments. I'm going to be reading fundamentally important documents from some of the world's largest organizations and institutions that you know of, showing you guys that AI is picking up at a rapid pace, and AI agents are one of the main predominant focuses for 2025. Then towards the end of this video breakdown, if you stick around, I'm going to be diving into some projects in the AI agent niche and space that I am paying attention to, some in which we've talked about previously in previous video breakdowns, but I really want to just kind of pick apart and show you guys some things that I'm looking into, which will be a treat. Obviously, of course, not financial advice, but that'll be towards the end of the video breakdown. As always, I like to show you guys why we here at CYPRX are even paying attention to AI agents. And it is, again, because some of the world's largest organizations are physically telling you these things in their documents. Before we get started, again, as always, welcome back to the platform. We do appreciate the love and the support. If you guys would do us a favor, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe to the platform. If this is your first time on the CYPRX YouTube, then make sure that you guys go back and you watch the yield playlist. In that playlist, we have DeFi developments, AI agent developments, just kind of catching you up on what it is we're even talking about here, so that way you get a kind of broader gist of where we are at. Because if this is your first video that you're watching, first seeing CYPRX for the very first time, this is going to just like completely take you off guard. This is more so of like an advanced video breakdown. But still, regardless, really great information in today's video. It's early in the morning right now. I thought that I'd wake up, just kind of dig a little bit into research, and I have so many tabs open. So I thought I might as well just create a lengthy video breakdown and kind of show my followers and everybody that is engaging with the CYPRX community what we're paying attention to behind the scenes. So first, right off the bat, if you guys remember in a previous video breakdown, let's go and share screen real fast. In a previous video breakdown, we talked about this organization called Skyfire and what it is that they are building out. Now, Skyfire is being built out by 2X Ripple representatives. So I'm heavily fixating my attention on this organization, maybe even possibly implementing it into my day-to-day uses, paying attention to if they ever IPO or if they ever do release a coin, a digital asset, which both of those things are not in the works right now. We've messaged them and asked them if that's something that's in the works or possibly up and coming. They haven't given us any answers yet. So the organization is not IPO'd yet. And then they also do not have a digital asset that you can go and purchase. But still, because they are being built out by 2X Ripple representatives, they definitely have my attention. They have claimed in previous video breakdowns, I showed you guys that they are the new Visa or PayPal, or they want to consider themselves as the new Visa or PayPal for AI agents, which is just massive. I want you guys to take a second here and listen. This is Craig DeWitt. Hopefully I'm pronouncing his name correctly. If not, I deeply apologize. But just listen. This is about I'm going to put it on 1.25 speed. Listen to what he says Skyfire is capable of achieving here, which is a new app feature that they just launched. This is just so mind-blowing that we have access to this type of technology and we can integrate it, considering the digital transformation that we're going through. And again, this video has 85 views. So the vast majority of the information I'm going to show you guys here today, it's going to be completely scratch. I'm not going to edit any of this. I'm just going to go through all the tabs that I had open during my morning research today. So if you guys want to stick around for this, nerd out with me. We're going to get into some developments that I'm looking at in the AI agent niche. But I'm also, before we even get into that, going to show you guys some documents from some of the world's largest institutions telling you guys to be paying attention to AI agents. All right, just to confirm why we're even doing this type of research. We don't just want to ape into something. We don't just want to chase hypes or whatever the case may be. We want to back our research and back our investments with institutional perspectives, okay? Because we want to do what the smart money is doing. All right. So just take a second and listen to what Craig here says.
It's Craig from Skyfire. We just had our biggest sign up day ever. So I thought I would give an impromptu demo of some of the new stuff that is available on Skyfire for AI agents to be able to purchase. All right. So in this demo, what I'm going to show is AI agents now have the ability of programmatically purchasing from a variety of e-commerce marketplaces. What you see here on the screen is a dashboard for the agent that I built. And so here's the balance, just under $50. You can create your own account at Skyfire. Go to app.skyfire.xyz, click on this fund wallet, and there's a variety of ways that you can put money into a wallet that your agent has access to, credit and debit card, etc. Once you do that, this API section is where you can create an API key. That is what empowers your agents to go out and use all the service providers, including what I'm just going to show you on demand. All right, so here is demo. What you see here is a agent that was built to solve a real world use case. And the real world use case is, let's go to a 4-year-old's birthday party. I don't know anything about 4-year-olds. I don't know this 4-year-old in particular. So instead of getting the wrong gift or trying to get the psychology of a 4-year-old, just use an agent. But that agent needs the ability of buying things. That's where this partnership comes into play. So here's how it works. This is a real live money demo you're about to see. Buy a gift for a 4-year-old. Please keep it under $10. Awesome. So what this agent is doing is going out and searching, and it's going to find within a budget of $10 some appropriate gifts for a 4-year-old. Okay, these things look kind of cool. The binoculars looks kind of cool. So these are some gift ideas. I could choose one of these if I wanted and it would go out and buy it, but like, what do I know, right? Choose whatever you think is best and buy it. All right, so it's the walkie-talkies is the cool thing. 2-pack for just under $10. Awesome. So now it would like me to provide shipping details. Now this is cool because it's not just my personal Amazon account that's being set up. This agent.
So I want to pause it right here. Okay, first off, he's talking into his microphone to this AI agent, telling it what to do, and it's just doing it right away. Okay, that's insane. And that's going to be so massive when we get into a document here where it talks about a movie called Iron Man from the Marvel universe. If you guys are familiar with that, I don't know if you guys watch movies or whatnot. I personally stopped watching movies about 5 years ago, but still, regardless, I know what Iron Man is. And in that movie, Iron Man, it talks about, or in the movie Iron Man has this AI agent, right, called Jarvis. We'll get into that in just 1 second, because one of the world's largest organizations, one of these financial institutions, is talking about the ability for AI agents to kind of act as your own personal Jarvis, like in the movie Iron Man. And this is exactly what Craig is doing here. He created an AI agent that you can directly talk to, give it tasks, give it skills, give it access to funds, and just do things for you straight through verbal communication. And then it just, commits itself to the actions that you tell it to do, which is just insane. So I thought that I'd share that with you guys. This was posted only 1 day ago, has 85 views. Shout out to the CYPRX researchers for the vast majority of this information, because they have been working endlessly to, go over AI agent developments, and just, it's insane what we have access to. Let me show you guys what I'm even talking about. So check this out. Okay. Again, shout out to the CYPRX researchers. If you don't follow them on X, make sure that you guys go do so at CYPRX Research. They're always constantly dropping gems in the form of documents, documented research from some of the world's largest institutions, non-biased, non-opinionated, just good, solid research. Well, one of the CYPRX researchers dropped this link in the chat. This is the AIAgentsDirectory.com. Okay. Again, AIAgentDirectory.com. You guys should go check this out, because what's so phenomenal about this website is every single one of these little tiny icons. And look at all these AI agents you have in different ecosystems: productivity AI agents, AI agent frameworks, AI agent platforms, customer service AI agents, voice data analytics, personal assistants, sales agents, digital workers. Like, this is insane. This is like the I don't even know what to call this. Okay. The homepage for AI agents. And the crazy part about all these little tiny apps is every single little tiny app that you see here gives you a clickable link to said website or said AI agent. So it's literally one condensed source of pretty much the whole entire AI agent ecosystem on one page. Okay. So I just thought that I'd share this with you guys. If you guys want to start researching AI agents, you want to get into it, this is definitely a website where you should at least start at a minimum. I'm not saying it's the know all be all, but it's a good place to start, to get your toes wet and start looking into different AI agents, different capabilities, and just to see the broad spectrum of what is happening and what we now have the ability to tap into. So again, if you're following us here at CYPRX, always giving you guys the realest gems. This video breakdown is going to be so great. If you want to sit down, you want to nerd out with me, you want to see all the research tabs that I had open this morning, again, from scratch. I'm not going to be editing any of this stuff. I'm just going to be clicking through all the tabs that I had open this morning to share it with my followers. So do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe, showing you guys just how brand new and fresh all of this information is, and how nobody's paying attention to this stuff. As you guys saw that Craig video that I just showed you guys, where he gave that display of what the AI agent that they're building at Skyfire can do. And it's only one of the many features. Has 85 views. Okay, so we are at the forefront of this innovative technology evolution, and here at CYPRX, we are pretty much in the nitty gritty with finding this stuff before it goes mainstream. Okay, so that was really cool. Let's go over to the documents real fast before I get into some AI agent developments that I'm personally looking at and what we're kind of paying attention to. And it's not everything that we're paying attention to here at CYPRX, but just some tabs that I had open this morning that I wanted to share with you guys. Let me share this screen, stop sharing this one, and present this one real fast. I got to go to a different browser. Okay, cool. So if you guys remember in a previous video breakdown, all right, just a couple days ago, we were reading this MasterCard Ava Labs January 2025 report, right? And in this report, it specifically mentions and talks about not to wait for regulations before adopting these technologies, that anybody that pretty much waits for regulation, is susceptible to falling behind. Um, and so again, take that into consideration when you're sitting there, you're doing research, you're getting into DeFi, you're getting into AI agents. You should not be waiting for regulatory developments to get educated. Here, you can even see, all right, this is the part of the document I just want to remind people. It says here, while the regulatory environment remains uncertain and fragmented, FIs, i.e., financial institutions, should pursue digital asset strategies that include upscaling their organizations, understanding operational pain points and their business models, and their go forward strategic imperatives. Waiting for the digital asset industry to mature is not a viable strategy, especially given the disintermediation potential of this collective technology. Okay. So I always want to bring that to everybody's attention. So many people I see in the comments, especially when we're talking about DeFi and deploying your assets and getting involved, are like, no, I'm just going to wait for regulation. Okay. This is one of the largest payment providers on the face of this planet, MasterCard, who is an author of this document, literally telling you guys word for word not to wait for regulation before getting involved. Now, again, you don't have to risk your assets or, start to just ape into AI agents to get involved. But again, I'm showing you guys resources that, like, for example, the AIagentDirectory.com website, where you can just go and you can click through, you can educate yourself, you can read. And if you don't know where to access that type of information, again, you have a centralized location in the CYPRX Discord where the CYPRX researchers from all over the globe, we have researchers from literally Australia, Europe, in America, in Canada, right, in Mexico, from all over the globe doing research actively every single day. And you guys have access to that through our private CyberX Discord. If you want to access any of this information that I'm showing you guys, it is all available in our CyberX Discord. Head over to cyberxtrading.com, tap into our private community. You are going to learn so much if you put in the elbow grease and you start reading the information that we're sharing. So I just thought that I'd share that with you guys just to kind of recuperate what we talked about in a previous video. So scrolling up to the top of this document, this is from Signum. All right. I want everybody to take into consideration that we are still in such a nascent stage in this adoption curve. So here it talks about in this Signum document, and this is from 2025, it appears that for now the market is not pricing in such an improved landscape. So we are still early, in part because uncertainty remains around the specific future of crypto regulations in the US. The best case scenario for crypto assets would be clear regulation that allows token structures with a direct link to economic value creation. As you guys just saw, Craig, from Skyfire, showing that this is all possible. Okay. Then it talks about how, the MiCA Europe's market and crypto regulation has officially come into force. However, a transition period remains. This is important. Crypto assets that may not be compliant can continue trading until July 2026. That is an important date. And the reason why I'm showing you guys this is to understand that not every single asset that you invest in right now is going to be a performer well in the long term. So make sure that you guys are doing research on digital assets, blockchain organizations, and companies that are attempting to be regulatory compliant. That is important to incorporate in your investment strategy long term. Okay. Thinking that every single digital asset in your portfolio that you house now is going to perform well in the long term is honestly illogical. As long as you're investing in real world value, real world utility in digital assets that are attempting to become regulatory compliant, you most likely are going to survive long term. But we are still in the transition period. Okay, it says here, however, member states can forego or reduce the transitional period, and several have done so. The new market niche of crypto is AI agents, and it's attracting a lot of interest. Okay, so just take that into consideration. This is coming directly from Signum. It's talking about crypto. It's talking about AI agents. And it's also talking about a transition period that we are in up until about July 2026. So just keep that in mind. We are still in the early stages of this adoption curve. And this is coming from Signum. Again, just an institutional document that I had open this morning from within inside the CyberX research chat. This one was also crazy. It's called State of the Banking Industry Research and Outlook for 2025. Okay, you guys can laugh if you want. I butcher things all the time. It is what it is. I just wanted to read some highlights to show you guys some perspectives from some of the largest institutions. Here you can see this document. They surveyed 345 C-level executives at small, less than 1 billion in assets, mid-size 1 billion to 5 billion in assets, and large 5 billion plus financial institutions to understand their growing strategies, priorities, and concerns leading into 2025. Okay, so this is perspectives from people in this space that have over $1 billion of assets under management. Okay. Digital transformation, banking and services, and artificial intelligence were key themes. Most financial institutions dipped their toes into AI in 2024. Now it's time to navigate deeper waters. And I'm just going to scroll down and read all the yellow highlights that I have. It says, we are also watching the financial education space where Gen Z stands to inherit enormous generational wealth. Do you guys see that right there? So when researchers like myself are on the internet and we're telling you guys we're about to experience massive wealth transformation, that's not coming from us. This is coming from a reputable source here that interviewed over 345 large financial institutions with over $1 billion in assets under management, putting this information together for you guys. Okay, so wake up. This is happening. Anybody that denies it is delusional and they're not tapped into the right research, or they just think it's a conspiracy theory because, again, they're not tapped into the right information. It says here 83% of the financial institutions that they surveyed in this report currently use AI based tools or plan to adopt them in the next 12 months. I highlighted that because, again, what do we like to see when we are investing here at CYPRX? Institutional backing, institutional adoption, smart money coming on board to whatever we as retail investors are putting our money into, and AI agents is one of those niches. Okay. As we continue to scroll down, let's see here it says, and they have already dialed in the playbook in their data. Here it says, in the next phase of digital transformation, financial institutions need to bring all of their data and tools. AI needs to become a central part of their strategic plans rather than a set of disconnected tools. Institutions need to pursue AI and digital transformations in ways that add value. I highlighted this because, again, think about it. If institutions are doing this, what do you think you should be doing on the back end as a retail investor? If AI is being implemented to institutional practice, then again, put two and two together. It makes logical sense. Do what the smart money is doing. And here you can see they are doing exactly that. It says here AI adoption should start with clear objectives that are tied to overall business goals, whether that's customer satisfaction, efficiency, or fraud detection. And as new tools and capabilities become available, financial institutions need to evaluate them against strategic objectives and stay committed to the bigger picture. Okay, again, remember towards the end of the day of today's video breakdown, towards the end of today's video breakdown, I'm just going to show you guys some things in the AI niche that we are paying attention to here at CYPRX, which is, of course, not financial advice. I'm just going to go through some of the tabs I had open this morning. Let's see if we have any other highlights. Oh, this was cool. Okay, check this out. So they asked these financial institutions, are you planning on buying or selling? 85% of them said that they plan on buying, and only 15% of them said that they plan on selling. Okay, that's an insane amount right there. A very large portion of these 345 financial institutions that were surveyed here. Let's scroll down. Let's see if I have any other highlights from this. Talks about the bigger picture. Yeah, so that was it. All right, so that was good. Just some good key little tiny insights. And I mean, looking at this document, 30 pages of information, and we highlighted like 4 or 5 things that are little tiny gems that, again, this document dropped in our CYPRX research chat just gives you a broad term outlook and perspective as to what's happening behind the scenes, which is, again, why you guys should tap in. Now, this one was massive from Citi. Okay. Citi document. You guys know who Citi is, or at least you should. Most of you, if you're watching this, probably either know about Citi or actively use them as a financial institution. Well, this is their AI agentic financial do it for me economy 2025 January report. Okay. Let's just read through some different highlights. AI and agentic AI could have a bigger impact on the economy and finance than the internet era. Now, this is the document where they mention Jarvis, as I mentioned in the previous little tiny snippet of today's video breakdown, when Craig was talking about what his AI agent that they built out can do at Skyfire. This is going to be massive. Okay. So it says here, AI is driving a powerful flywheel of technology with advanced systems creating better AI. This in turn accelerates breakthroughs in computing and capabilities at unprecedented paces. 2025 is the year of agentic AI. We see AI and agentic AI having a bigger impact on the economy than finance than the internet era. Agentic AI turbocharges the do it for me economy. So I thought that was cool. I think I'm just going to fast forward all the way down to where they start talking about Jarvis. They talk about general purpose technologies and how they reshape work. They talk about every single transformation before and every single industrial revolution. I'm in the process of writing a brand new book as an addition to the book that I wrote back in 2019, which, by the way, if you guys don't have a copy of, you guys can get a copy of the book that I wrote back down during the times of COVID lockdown, 2019, 2020. It's called Forever Efficient on Amazon. Forever Efficient, again, on Amazon. You guys can go get a copy of that. But I'm writing another book talking about this digital transformation, what is happening. And I like here that they talk about the industrial revolutions before. Right? They talk about the first, the second, the third industrial revolution, and now we are in the era of the fourth industrial revolution. So I thought that that was cool because it talks about how each new era creates new ways of living and working, and with it, new firms and institutions adapt and evolve. To continue down here, let's see. I want to find the part where it talks about, okay, here it is. So check this out. This is where it talks about Jarvis. So it says, your own digital Jarvis. In the Iron Man movies, Tony Stark has an AI assistant integrated into his home and his suits called Jarvis, or just a rather very intelligent system. In the original Marvel comics, Jarvis is a human butler. As with much fiction, reality may be following in footsteps. We would not need to be a billionaire to have a digital Jarvis. Okay. And then remember, and this is just so crazy that I'm piecing all of this together for you guys. If you're a CYPRX follower and you know what I'm talking about, check this little tiny video clip of an individual representative from Red Swan who is partnered with Hedera talk about how now, as manual retail investors, we have access, the same equal access that these billionaires have access to through DeFi, through real estate tokenization of real world assets, and through micro investing that we've never had access to before.
Traditional ways of how people buy and sell real estate, it's really for the rich and famous, the well-to-do, because I go back and say that I started my career in real estate with Cushman & Wakefield for 17 years. I was the head of the capital markets division for Texas, and worked with a lot of institutions, a lot of buyers, a lot of sellers. And so that was the industry I was in, and those are people I work with, but never to the average person. Right? I'm always making speed dials on 25 people and say, hey, I have this big apartment complex for sale, and they buy it. But never talking to the regular people who can really get involved in the high quality assets. Because, there's different levels of assets that you can buy as investment. There's a mom and pop shops in the corner. There's duplexes. And then there's also institutional properties like this hotel that we're sitting in. And that's what I sold when I was at Cushman & Wakefield, hotels and multifamily properties. And I think it's important, and that's why I got into this business, to really be able to break down real estate so the average person can actually be able to invest in something of quality, something they can trust, and be on the same level as Bill Gates who's investing on real estate. You can just follow what he does because now you have that access.
Okay, so you guys see how all of this is starting to unfold at a rapid pace, and we're showing you guys information here that goes readily unnoticed. Do you think every other day average retail investors, your average bullish moonboy hopium hypist with Fibonacci's all over their charts, making these outrageous price predictions, are giving you guys these insights for the long-term perspective to give you guys longevity in this space and wake you all up to what's really happening behind the scenes and what we're going to have access to? Nah, not really. They're too fixated on stimulating your dopamine. And instead, here at CYPRX, we're fixated on giving you guys real value in research. Okay, so do us a favor, smash that thumbs up and subscribe. I think that's all that I had from this City document. There's a couple of other different highlights, but that was the main one from this one. And again, this is coming from City. So wake up, right? This is a City document directly talking about AI agents, and this is from January 2025. As of time of recording, it is the 25th of January. I don't know when you guys are going to see this video, but it's still relatively recent and fresh. Okay. Now here is a little piece on Skyfire and that video of what Craig was building out. I'm not going to go into detail. I was going to read through this. I did have it open today during my research. This is from January 20th, 2025. Talks about AI e-commerce with Skyfire payments. And this is where I gathered that video from YouTube on what Skyfire is building out. And again, in a previous video breakdown, we talked about Skyfire. We talked about the two Ripple executives building this out and what they plan to do in the future, and how they plan to be the PayPal or the Visa of AI agents. So I'm definitely paying attention to them. So I wanted to start out with all of this info just to show you guys institutions are 110% on board. At least 345 of them out of those 345, 85% of them are looking to buy into this space or adopt digital assets and AI agents in the near future. Okay, within the next 12 months, which is massive considering that I also read the report from Signum talking about how we are in this adoption curve between now and 2026, picking winners and losers. Okay, piece it all together, right? Hopefully I'm putting pieces of the puzzle together for you guys as we speak. Okay. So let's get rid of this. And let's go back and now let's get into some of the projects that we are paying attention to here at CYPRX. Again, none of this is financial advice. I'm just going to go over some tabs that I had open this morning. Okay. And if you guys are enjoying this video breakdown so far, do us a favor, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe. I actually thought it was going to take a little bit longer for me to get through all of this info. We're only at 24 minutes, so not too bad. If you guys have the patience to bear with me as we continue this video, then we would appreciate it if you would take just 1 second and smash that thumbs up button and subscribe, because it does help boost the algorithm, helps this platform grow. It is free to do so, and we really, truly do appreciate it. So let's jump in. BuildX. This is going to be the first platform I want to talk about. And again, none of this is financial advice. BuildX, smarter, safer, faster. BuildX, innovating on the XRP ledger, an airdrop platform, is what it is that they are building out. Now, we had BuildX on a public call the other day, a live stream. We had Matt from BuildX and we had Lewis from Meow RP. Very engaging conversation. If you guys want to go check that out, it is on my X profile. It was just from yesterday. It was a very lengthy call, about 1 hour and 30 minutes. However, I am going to release the full version on the YouTube space as well, so you guys will have access to it there. Depending on when you're watching this video breakdown, you might have already seen it, but this was a very good, informative conversation on what BuildX is, what Meow RP is, and what they're attempting to do, you know, for the digital asset ecosystem and in the AI agent niche. So BuildX is definitely one of those platforms that we are paying very close attention to. They're still, you know, in their beta phase. So again, very new, very nascent. Just be careful at the end of the day, because, you know, we're still in this pick and choosing winners and losers phase. So just be mindful that everything that I'm showing you now in 2-3 years from now might not be around, but it's definitely something that I'm particularly interested in, and so are we here at CYPRX. We're doing a lot of research on this platform and engaging with them behind the scenes. So that's really cool to see them developing. And you know, it's going to be very interesting to see what they do in the future moving forward, but go check them out. So that was one platform. BuildX. Okay. Another platform that we are very heavily focused on and fixating our attention on is Codex. Okay. If you guys do not know what Codex is, Codex makes it easy to launch personalized AI agents to execute financial tasks on a blockchain. They are responsible for this AI agent called Big Tony. So I'll get into Big Tony in just 1 second. I'm definitely fixating my attention on Big Tony as an AI agent and a digital asset that I hold in my portfolio. Again, not financial advice. I'll get into them in just 1 second. But you know, here is the Codex website where they talk about how they're leading the Web3's advancement into AI-powered interfaces, giving users unparalleled access to blockchain data and functionality. Now, they have not officially launched for public use quite yet, but here at CYPRX, we have been in their private Discord running tests and building out you know, AI agents and testing new things behind the scenes. Here you can see is a private call that Aquaman was on. Aquaman actually got to go up on the panel in their private Discord and help build out or run through a demo, excuse me, of building out an AI agent himself. So we're definitely working on this behind the scenes, and it's something that we are very interested on and fixating our attention on. As I mentioned just a second ago, Big Tony. Okay, Big Tony. So Codex, responsible for Big Tony. This is insane. This is an AI, a profitable AI agent who most recently turned, I think it was about $500 into about $66,000 as of time of recording. Now, this is Big Tony's public address because it's on the blockchain. It's all public. You guys can see. Just looking back at like December last year. So this is from December 25th, 2024. You can see here that Big Tony's wallet address was sitting at about $9,200, and today is sitting at $66,862. So Big Tony is a profitable AI agent. And just diving in, because I had this as a tab open in my morning research, just reading through this, and it says Big Tony is a different breed of AI agents. While other teams have been scrambling to ship a demo, Big Tony has been autonomously trading live on Base for nearly 2 months with his own wallet. As you guys just saw, he is a profitable AI agent trader. Okay. Excuse me. Want to know why it's so crazy? Because in the Signum document, let me just pull that up real fast. What I like about the Signum document, and I pay attention to, you know, I pay attention to detail. What I noticed reading through the Signum document that I just shared with you guys this morning, if we go back to it, just so I can show you, right? This is that Signum document where we had the notes. It says, a new niche market of crypto and AI agents is attracting a lot of interest, although the potential for these agents to generate economic value has not been confirmed by any evidence, right? So this is just going under the radar of a financial institution. And from January 2025, like Signum, and I'm just trying to show you guys again how here at CYPRX, you can see January 2025 right there. Here at CYPRX, we're tapped into an AI agent. Let me go back to this screen. Sorry, I got so many tabs open. Boom. Okay, so this, Big Tony AI agent is profitable, turning in the past 2 months about $500 worth of economic value into $66,000. That is pretty insane. Okay, that's a normal person's average minimum wage salary right there that this AI agent made in 2 months. Okay, so definitely paying attention to this one. I won't get into the nitty gritty and waste more time reading thoroughly through this, but just in a nutshell, definitely check this out. Again, not financial advice. But something to consider doing research on, okay? And something that we are definitely fixating our attention on in terms of research here at CYPRX. Last but not least, so far, let's just go back and backtrack. We got BuildX, right? BuildX, and then on BuildX, you got Meow RP, which I mentioned. We did a whole entire panel discussion on with both Lewis from Meow RP, what he's building out and what they plan to do with making Meow RP a sentient AI agent. And then we also had Matt from BuildX, who unfortunately had to leave the call early because he had a family emergency, but still great insights from him as well. On the BuildX platform, we got Codex. I just mentioned to you guys are responsible for Big Tony. We have been in their Discord testing their platform behind the scenes, which is not publicly available yet, but it is open for individuals that are in their private Discord to come on board to test, to help and try to build out an AI agent themselves, which we have been doing here at CYPRX. As you guys can see, Mr. Aqua on a private call with them right there, which is really cool. And then we've been talking about this and what we're trying to build out in the Wealth 28 Club to our private community Discord members and the features that we're trying to integrate into our AI agent here at CYPRX, which is going to be available to our private members. So again, if you guys want access to that, whenever we do build it out and release it, you guys will have access to that as our private Discord members or community members in the Wealth 28 Club in the near future. Hopefully we can get those developments rolling in 2025, but something still to look forward to. And then we also talked about Skyfire, right? So as a wrap up real fast before I show you guys this last one, these are some projects that I'm paying attention to here at CYPRX, and I'm sure that there's many others out there. But as I showed you guys, right, there's the AI agent market landscape where you can go and you can collectively do this research yourselves. Now, these are just a few of the many projects that we're paying attention to, not all of them, but I just thought that I'd, hop on and show you guys some of the many things that we're tapped into. Last but not least, okay, this one, I do want to thoroughly read through this. So this is Kosher Capital. Okay, so what is Kosher Capital? The next evolutionary step in AI fund management is here. Kosher Capital, is an AI investment fund launchpad where users can create their own fund managed purely by their favorite AI agent. Think virtuals, but instead of launching agents, you can launch a decentralized hedge fund managed by an AI agent. Soon, we will launch our first fund, the Digital Gold Fund, managed by our in-house fund manager agent, Rabbi Shlomo. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that correctly. AI. The fund will be denominated in CBTC, and the contribution cap will be 1 Bitcoin. The Rabbi will manage the fund autonomously without prompting or suggesting. This is insane, people. And if you just go look at how many followers Kosher Capital has, 445 followers, and myself and Aqua are the only people out of the list of people that I follow that follow this individual. Okay, so tap in. We are so freaking early now. Rabbi, okay, you can see here the autonomous fund manager of Kosher Capital. Just go check this individual out. Again, another profitable AI agent, just like Big Tony, and only has 1,960 followers. So again, at the forefront of these technological innovations, lots of things to click around on. They have links on their, Twitter profile that you guys can go directly click on and read into and just do research on virtuals. Here you can see the digital asset Kosher Capital, or Shekel, which is their ticker. Here, and you can see that it's valued with 2 zeros in front of it. So extremely early. Again, not financial advice. I'm just trying to show you guys, some things that we're paying attention to. And it talks about how Kosher Capital is an investment fund launchpad, taking AI managed investment funds to the next level right down here. Okay. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video breakdown. These are just some things in the AI agent space that we are paying attention to here at CYPRX. None of this is financial advice. I'm just showing you guys some of the research tabs that I had open this morning. Institutional documentation from institutional documentation shared with inside the private CYPRX Discord. Bring it bringing it to your attention to show you guys that some of the world's largest organizations like MasterCard, Citi, Signum, they're all talking about, you know, AI agents in crypto. And they're also saying in their documents, as you saw from that MasterCard piece, not to wait for regulations to get involved. Now, getting involved does not mean deploying your hard earned money and risking and exposing yourself to the volatility of these markets. Getting involved means educating yourself, tapping into private communities like ours here at CYPRX, or just taking it upon yourself to do your own personal research, which is sometimes time consuming. If you guys want to avoid that, right? And you want to tap in to the private CyberX community, let me show you guys just what I'm talking about, right? In the private CyberX community, you guys have access to the crypto research videos and PDF section, where in this channel, I'm talking about, I'm not even exaggerating, throughout the week, there's probably like over 500 messages sent. And I'm not talking about messages in terms of conversation. I'm talking about links, documents, videos, PDFs, panel discussions, all from the world's largest institutions. Okay. Because the only people that message in this section, in this crypto research section, are the CyberX researchers. Literally, I'm just scrolling here. You guys can see links, videos, documents, all the type of research that you want to stay ahead of the game that never gets released to the mainstream. I'm talking about PDFs, panel discussions that have 10, 20, 30 views from some of the world's largest financial institutions. Look, here's the AI agent Citigroup document right here that I just had pulled up this morning. Okay. So go check this out. Again, if you guys want access to this, you can head over to CyPRXtrading.com. You guys can tap into the private CyPRX Discord. I mean, there's so many other features in the private CyPRX Discord for you guys to benefit from. But if you want access directly to all of this research, all the tabs that I had open and all the stuff that we share in the CyPRX YouTube and on the Twitter, it's all shared in our Discord in one location so that you guys don't have to go out and waste time doing research. Instead, you can just open up the Discord and say, what are the CyPRX researchers looking at today? And I want to read a document. So just click on it, pull it up, read thoroughly through it. If it suits you, then, benefit from it. And if not, then dispose of it and move on to the next one. But here is a location, a spot where you can go and you can gather all this intel yourself instead of having to sit down. I mean, I couldn't imagine how many hours the researchers put into this, and it's a lot. Okay, so make sure that you guys tap in. We would appreciate if you would do us a favor, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe to the platform if you did enjoy today's video breakdown, showing you guys all these insights. And at a minimum, even if you don't decide to join our community or subscribe to our platform, I encourage you guys to just tap in. Now is such a great time to be alive. Now is such a great time to invest. Now is such a great time to just be enlightened as to what's happening. So many people out there, the normal person, everyday average individual at your local shopping mall, right? At your local grocery store has no freaking idea what is happening right now. Okay. Don't be that type of distracted, disoriented individual. Be tapped into the right resources and the right information with the right communities. I encourage you guys at a minimum to at least do that. With that being said, as always, many blessings to you guys. None of this is financial advice, and I will see you all in the next video breakdown.